Madam Acting Speaker.
Thank you. I call the member for Whitsunday.
Thank you. I must ask, Madam Speaker, how is the Minister for Agriculture advocating on behalf of the stakeholders in his portfolio in regards to some of the concerns raised that was outlined by the submissions made to the committee in regards to the Environmental Protection and Other Legislation Amendment Bill, and in particular the submissions made by the Australian Barramundi Farmers Association and also the Australian Prawn Farmers Association. What was important, I think, and highlighted consistently, Madam Acting Speaker, in all elements of submissions was the lack of transparency, the lack of consultation, the time frame around consultation, which sadly, Madam Acting Speaker, has become a trend of this current government, and in fact when it comes to legislation or changes that impact on industry seems to be the way in which this government is now doing business. My concerns that I raised at the start of my contribution are ones that are significant, and they are significant both in regional development, they are significant in the expansion of aquaculture and agriculture across my electorate in the Whitsundays, but also more broadly across our state. And when I point to one example of an investment in my electorate, which is Tassal, which is Australia's largest prawn farm, which was recently purchased late last year by Cool Aquaculture, a family-run Canadian company, where we see employment of over 350 staff, where we see over 220, an expansion that would deliver 220 double Bs that enter in and out of that precinct as part of their expansion, and where we are also seeing some of the biggest tonnage and yield that we have ever seen from ponds in the prawn farm. The concerns that they have raised both through the Department of Agriculture as part of their expansion application, as well as directly to the Minister for Environment, have gone unanswered. And while I note Minister Furner has travelled to the prawn farm, and I do acknowledge and welcome always the government's visit to my electorate, I certainly hope that he is advocating to the Minister for Environment when it comes to the expansion of this significant project. I was pleased to host our Shadow Minister in the region, as well as our Shadow Minister for Water, and I certainly will be hosting the Shadow Minister as well for Environment before the 6th of May, which is when the prawn harvest season closes, Madam Deputy Speaker. So, Madam Deputy Speaker, while I'll take that interjection, Mr O'Connor, you don't eat them, but certainly people all over this nation eat our farmed prawns, and the industry is full of smart science and technology, and I certainly can't wait to show the sustainability of both the prawn farm, but also the smart science jobs that are being created because of aquaculture, and those smart jobs are being created in regional and rural Queensland, and that is what's important. So, Madam Acting Speaker, while my contribution has only been short to this Environmental Protection and Other Legislation Bill, the impacts that it has, and in particular the government and the policy setting, but more importantly the department's ideology, and ensuring that that is one that, while I note some of the changes there facilitate a quick, hard, fast no, if that is the position, I certainly hope that that is taken in all seriousness when looking at all elements of application that we see. And while the environment is something that we all are stewards for in this state and we all wish to protect, I certainly hope that proponents and industries are given the opportunity to share their credentials as well as their vision for what they want to contribute to both the state and also environmental management practices as part of their industry stewardship.
Speaker.
Thank you. Before I